I'm Brett Wedlin. I'm the director at Kaleidoscope Charter School. This year we have a lot of changes happening. We've got the expansion, of course, but we have several other changes that aren't connected to the expansion. Earlier this week our staff came back in and we've got 2 work weeks before the kids are in for school. And one of the days this week I went out to lunch with some staff members and I asked them the question of what new thing are you most excited about? And I was expecting to hear about the art room, and I was expecting to hear about the new lab, the new computer lab and the new science lab. I was expecting to hear about having the playground back, but a lot of them mentioned changes and things that are new to KCS that are outside of our construction project, and I wanted to just share those with you. These are not things that randomly happen. These are things that we very consciously went back and we looked at the last 4 years of parent surveys and feedback. Our leadership team was all new last summer, and by the time we were fully staffed and hired in the middle of August, we really just had to get the school year up and running. And so this year, we had the chance to go back and look at those historical feedback surveys and to get an idea of what kinds of things our families have been asking us for over time. And there's 4 main areas that, sometimes it stings a little bit and it hurts when you get when you see criticism and when you get feedback, but it was really important for us to understand where our parents were coming from and very valuable for us to be able to categorize into some different areas that we really need to improve in and that we need to develop our skills in order to become the school that we want to be. So the first area was communication. Communication is obviously extremely important, and it's something that we want to be more intentional about. And so there's a number of things that we've already put into place and that we're going to be putting into place this year to better communicate with our families. First of all, we have moved to a new website service provider. You can still go to the same kcsmn.org website, but on the back side, it's a different provider we work with, and there's 2 great things about that for us. The first is it's going to provide you guys with an app for your mobile phone. So you can jump on your iPhone or your Android phone, and you can, in one spot, go to our app, and you can see our calendar of events, you can see our news updates, you can get to the staff directory and contact staff out of there, you can see our Twitter feed and the updates that are being posted all in one spot. So we think that's going to be very helpful for families. And the other reason that we went to this service provider is it allows us to streamline our teacher and class pages. And so now no matter what teacher's page you go on to, they're going to look similar and they're going to have the same tools in the same places. So you're going to be able to get to a newsletter in all of them. You're going to be able to do some, see a calendar in all of them, and it's not going to be working through multiple different looking pages. It's all going to be consistent for you so that once you figured out one of them, you can go to any teacher's page and work with it. Another thing that we're doing this year is we're really going to emphasize social media because we understand that for most parents, those are things that are already a part of your daily lives, and we want to connect with you that way. So if you haven't already liked us on Facebook, go ahead and like the Kaleidoscope Charter School Facebook page. We post a lot of updates there, but the one that we're really excited about is Twitter. We have a Twitter handle which is @tweetkcs, and all of our teachers this year have been asked to create a Twitter handle, and they will be tweeting daily at the start of the year about the positive things they're seeing in their room. So if you are on Twitter, you're going to get an update from a first grade teacher saying, hey, we did a butterfly project today, the kids loved it. And you may get a reminder about when track and field day is from the Phi Ed teachers. And they're just going to be posting those kind of random small things, and it's a communication style that, we may not necessarily put out emails to you about everything that's great that's happening in classrooms, but following us on Twitter is something where you'll be able to hear from the teachers and potentially even from some of our older students about the great things that they're experiencing at Kaleidoscope. And then the last thing communication-wise is we've started to put together videos like this one because we feel like sometimes when we put out memos and we put out letters and we put out emails to you, they get a little boxy and they get a little rigid, and we really want to be able to get the intent of some of our information out to you, and we feel like sometimes it's easier to hear us say it. And so videos like this one are going to become an important tool that we use to communicate. Another area that we heard a lot of families ask for improvement in was food. And so we have changed this summer to a new food service vendor and caterer. We'll be working with a company called CKC Good Foods. And we really feel that this is going to give us a better quality of food for the student, and it's also going to be a better variety of student-friendly foods. With the new nutrition regulations over the past couple of years, we've become heavy on garbanzo beans and some of those things which are very nutritious, but which a lot of 5- and 6-year-olds don't really enjoy. And so this is a move that we're excited about, being able to give students a higher quality food that they are excited about and that is still healthy. CKC Good Foods will be at open house, so you guys will have a chance to sample some of the different types of things that they'll be offering for us. So look for them in the cafeteria area next Thursday. Another area that was frequently mentioned was the appearance of the building and the clutter and the cleanliness of the building, and I don't disagree with you there, and especially now that we have the new wing and the new expansion, we really want the space to be showcased, and we want it to look clean and look excellent like we want the school to be. And so we have done a couple of things. We put some procedures in place with staff to streamline what is going to be in the building and where. And we've also extended our service agreement with our cleaners so that now every classroom will be cleaned every other day. And all of the common areas, so the lobby and the bathrooms and hallways and stuff like that, will be cleaned daily. And so we're looking to provide a better environment for students and families this year. And then the last area, and this is a big one, is student behavior. And it's something we take very seriously. It's something that I've had many conversations, and our staff has had many conversations with family about. And this has resulted in summer work by Mr. Nordman and Ms. Wildman, who have put together the KCS Pride program. And Pride, for this purpose, stands for personal responsibility, respect, integrity, discipline, and excellence. And those are all things that we want our students to have and traits we want them to strive to exhibit. And so this program is going to formally teach students, and not randomly and just when it comes up, but it's going to go out of its way to teach students what these things mean and what they look like in different areas of their lives. And then we want to recognize students who are exhibiting these. So in grades K through 6, students are going to be caught by teachers doing these things, and they will be recognized weekly in the classroom, and then monthly we will have a recognition assembly program for our full student body and staff, where we'll set some behavior goals for the building for the rest of for the upcoming month, and we're also going to recognize a lot of the positive things that students have been doing and the behavior they've had. We're also going to be putting into place a Student of the Month program. We've done that before at the secondary level, and it's been very well received, and we're going to move that down so that we can have another way to recognize students who are doing what we expect of them. And so that's part of the Pride program. And then the other part is, along with setting those expectations, Mr. Nordman's been working hard with our staff to clearly communicate how students should be dealt with and how we adjust student behaviors when those things don't happen. And so we're looking to build into a more consistent program so that a student who is not following those behaviors will have similar impacts and similar redirections regardless of what room or what staff member they're dealing with. And so when you talk about student behavior, and you know, as parents, you know this, consistency is huge. And so we are working to streamline and becoming more consistent as a staff with student discipline. So communication, food service, cleanliness of the building, and behavior are 4 non-expansion changes that we are putting into place this year, and they're 4 areas that we're focusing on. So a lot of change going on this year at KCS. One thing, though, that we want to make sure you understand is not going to change is our focus on relationships. We value working with you. We will always value the relationships with the students, and we're here to help educate your student, and we're here to help you raise them into the kind of young people that you want them to be. And so we look forward to seeing you guys all over the course of this school year and working with you towards that common goal. So we hope that, you know, you've got 2 weekends left before the kids are back in school. We hope that you guys have a great weekend here. It's hard to believe we are under a week away from open house, and so we're just working on cleaning up the building and getting all the classrooms ready, and we look forward to seeing you next Thursday, September 3rd.